Hello there. Today we're welcoming back Jason Barnard, President and CEO of Foremost Clean Energy, which trades on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol FMST. Jason, great to see you again.
Great to see you, Craig.
The spotlight is on uranium as governments push for energy security. The uranium commodity has been pricing higher recently as governments push for more nuclear power capacity and more energy security. How does Foremost fit into this global clean energy transition, Jason?
Well, good question, Craig. I'll start with the macro. The commodities have all been going up. I'm sure your viewers are aware of that. And I would say that uranium has no business being under $100 per pound. It recently hit $100 per pound, but the reasons why is hit $150 back in 2007. And in 2007, the same deficit that we have now. So with gold hitting 5,500 all-time high, silver 121 all-time high, copper all-time high, I would suspect you'll see the uranium commodity do real well. And the reason why I think it has no business being under 100, and if it was adjusted for that 2007 high, well, we'd be looking at $300 or $400. But the reason is the supply deficit. And recently, unlike back in 2007, the administration, the bipartisan support for nuclear power, the hyperscalers, AI, data centers. So the hyperscalers have invested and are investing heavily into nuclear power. So I feel that a company like Foremost will benefit as we're highly leveraged to uranium, and we are the exploration arm for Denison. And we will be, and if you look at the news releases, drilling heavily on these properties where we've hit the ground running, and we are highly leveraged to uranium.
Now, one of the most striking aspects of your story, Jason, is that strategic partnership with Denison Mines. Why is that relationship such a differentiator for Foremost compared to other junior explorers?
Well, it's a differentiator because, for one thing, we have 10 properties, quite a portfolio. This portfolio has had millions spent on it. It would take years and years to get a portfolio in the Athabasca Basin where all of the top mines are and where Denison's ISR mine will be the next big mine to go into production. What Denison does for us is they have world-class data that we use, and they've explored on these properties. Their job now is to go and develop the next big mine in the Athabasca Basin. Us, we're supposed to deliver the next discovery to them. So with the differentiator is that we have world-class data. We have a partner. They're our most strategic investor, owning almost 20% of Foremost. And smaller companies, they wouldn't have the financial backing or the technical backing. We have a great geological team. We worked with them, and we hit the ground running on our inaugural drill program at Hatchet. You can take a look at our chart last May and June. We came out, we hit on a step out uranium mineralization. And so we're not swinging blindly because we've got that world-class data. And it somewhat de-risks our company when you're working with a $5 billion uranium developer as your largest strategic shareholder.
Glad you mentioned the Athabasca Basin, Jason, because it's important. It is known for grades that can be 10 to 100 times the global average. Foremost controls 10 uranium properties in this most prolific uranium region. How would you explain the importance of this scale to investors? And tell us, why is the Athabasca Basin one of the best jurisdictions for uranium explorers on the planet?
Well, the Athabasca Basin produces over 15% of the world's uranium and gaining. It's home to the juggernaut Cameco, a $50 billion producer, and also the next mines that will go into production by companies like Denison and NextGen. It is full of infrastructure, mines and mills, and this has been going on for decades. So 10 properties, highly sought after properties that are very valuable that come with world-class data with Denison. This really benefits Foremost shareholders, and the Athabasca Basin, known for its grades. I could give you some statistics. The average grade in the world that's mined is around 1.1%. We'll be drilling near the Hurricane deposit that is 48 million pounds of 34.5% uranium. Denison is going to mine between 10 and 16% uranium. So you could see we're hunting for great grades, and this is where you find them in the Athabasca Basin.
I see in your recent press release that you are going back to drill at Hatchet Lake Uranium Project. And this seems exciting because in May of last year, you announced the team had made a new discovery at Hatchet Lake Uranium. Can you update us on the goals of this next phase and some of the highlights of the drilling so far?
Yes, we on our inaugural drill program, and we announced this last May, and the market was very good to us. Hit on our inaugural program with Denison. We the headline numbers 0.10, 0.58, 0.78. Now this is very important because it was a 600-meter step out from previous exploration that was done by Denison, where they had hit upwards of 2% uranium. So that is big. And what you do in the basin is you get back in there and you drill and you vector back to what's known as the unconformity, and you try to find that bigger discovery, those larger intersections. So that's what Foremost will be doing. That's what we've announced. And it's a very exciting time. But you can see that we're not swinging blindly, not with Denison, not with working with them. And to hit on that program, our first drill program, was amazing.
As you've been making clear, Jason, Foremost has many assets, and I see in other press releases that you have also been drilling lithium and even gold. Can you give us a brief overview of Foremost's many assets and the importance of that for investors?
Yes, Foremost does have a lot of assets. Remember, one of the reasons why we are exploration arm for Denison is we have a crack, very good geological team, and we hit lithium discovery before, and we have a lithium reserve now. We have gone back in there. In 2023, we hit gold. We hit a 7.5 grams per ton gold over 7.5 meters. So we went back in there, drilled 5 holes. We're stepping out, and we have a lithium and gold system. So critical minerals, all the rage. Trump administration put $2.4 billion into LAC minerals. Lithium's got a bid, and critical minerals are once again in favor.
Final question, Jason. What is the essential value proposition? Why should investors take an interest in Foremost right now?
Well, they should take an interest in Foremost because you are leveraged to uranium. And as I mentioned, I feel uranium will go to its all-time high, which is 50, 60% higher. And when that happens, there's a lot of attention. Not only is there a lot of attention because of nuclear power, the demand from AI, the hyperscalers coming in, but uranium, great commodity to be in, and you are leveraged to that commodity when you're into Foremost. And myself, I'm a large investor. Denison, large investor. We're on the NASDAQ, and I come from the capital markets world. I was a broker and a capital markets person at Canaccord Genuity, and we're always on the lookout for deals, us mining people. So pay attention to Foremost. When we drill, we are de-risked because we're working with a partner that's a $5 billion uranium developer, and that is the value proposition. Leverage to uranium with hitting on the drills recently. We'll try to do it again.
You make a very strong case, Jason. Thanks for sharing your story with us today.
Thank you, Craig. Great to see you.